As professional sports have become indescribably competitive over recent decades, there's no wonder why it seems like every last resource is spent attempting to gain every last advantage. There are literally zero shortcuts taken to keep critical players feeling physically healthy. I mean, you think about literally every professional sports team and even some high-profile college programs who retain specialty coaches and doctors and trainers to care for an athlete's every physical need. And I'm going well beyond the likes of a hitting coach or a shooting coach or a quarterback's coach. I'm talking about a strength and conditioning coach, a team nutritionist, a team dentist, a team sports medicine physician, orthopedic surgeon, chiropractor, rehabilitation physician, masseuse, and beyond. All of those employed by clubs to keep their roster feeling right physically. But what about feeling right mentally? When Cubs legend Yogi Berra famously said, "Baseball is 90% mental and the other half is physical," sure, he was both kidding and serious, but he wasn't necessarily overstating the importance of a sound mental approach. That mental stability, health, and edge, it has to be considered imperative. Yes, to the immediate short term of a player's career, but also, more importantly, long term to the rest of their time here on Earth. Let's consider this from a slightly uncommon perspective. Would you say it's fair to say that a sore muscle would have the same kind of impact on a player's performance in the same way that mental stress could? Or how about insecurity? Or how about depression? And what's crazy is we talk about players being hurt physically all the time. But what about their mental ailments? While much more personal, yes, and complicated, yes, should we go on pretending that none of them ever occur or exist? Should we really think that the combination of pressures to perform, physical fatigue, and yes, even public criticism have no immediate or future impact or ramifications on these athletes as human beings? I mean, just because they're labeled professionals, that means they automatically know how to handle all this? That seems irresponsible. And that's not even including the proven connections between sporting-related head trauma and mental diseases. I'll save that entirely for a different time. As one veteran superstar athlete here in the Bay Area recently told me, it's a difficult conversation for most of his peers to even have because nobody wants to be seen as mentally weak. And there's such a contrast here. Physically, a broken bone, a torn ligament, right? They're no big deal, happens all the time. You get the proper attention and care and you come back easily after a full rehabilitation. But mentally, it's almost like you're considered broken without the possibility of ever getting better. And that is terribly unfair. Now, there has been some progress on this front. Within the last 5 months, both the NBA and NFL, they have actually caught up to the curve and started hiring mental health specialists for each team. That's outstanding. But what I'm here to say is this: we need to go bigger, better, and way deeper on the issue of mental health in sports. Widespread. All leagues, all sports. We have so many decades of catching up to do now that science can help us understand the power of the mind and its impact and control in relation to the body. And especially in a time when we're definitely trying to get much more out of the body than ever before. Why not err on the side of caution? We've learned to adequately take care of athletes in almost all physical capacities. Now it's time to take care of all humans in their relative mental capacities.